Welcome to European Journeys. This is a video in which I am going to tell you what is coming next. We have in fact just finished a series on the balloons that changed the world. You can find these videos still on our archive. And for the upcoming series, the upcoming podcast, before I tell you what we are going to do, I need to place all of these podcasts into their proper context. In fact, 2024 will be a very important year for several Nordic nations. For example, in Norway will celebrate the 1,000 years of the adoption of the Christian law. This happened in 1024, and that was a real significant marker of the Christianization of Norway, which really will bring change in every sphere of life in the nation. That was 1024. So the 1,000 years will be celebrated in 2024. But that's not all. In Sweden, in 1524, that is 500 years ago next year, Olaus Petri, the reformer of Sweden, was appointed clerk of the city of Stockholm. And there he began to preach the reformed doctrines, which will have a significant impact on the history of Sweden. That also happened 500 years ago next year in 2024. Now, in Finland, in the city of Turku, several historians believe that the first man to preach the Reformed doctrines was someone named Pietari Sarkirahti, and yes, that happened in 1524, so 500 years ago in 2024 as well. Then, in Denmark, the New Testament, the first translation, Danish translation of the New Testament, was published in 1524, again 500 years ago next year. So that means that the following podcasts will be dedicated entirely on the Nordic nations. That is, the upcoming weeks and most probably the entire year 2024. We are going to talk about the Christianization of Norway, about the Reformation in Sweden, in Finland, and in Denmark. So I hope you stay tuned. I hope you will enjoy. And so see you next time for another stage of European Journeys.